we are talking about the fourth wave of those industrial revolutions, where you have the convergence of several different technologies at the same time: the digital, the physical sciences, and the biological sciences. And that is happening, everything simultaneously, and it's feeding this exponential rate of changes that we see every day. So people have been writing books about this. Klaus Schwab has written this book called The Fourth Industrial Revolution, where he talks about the different components of each one of those technology trends. And we're experiencing that every day, because 5 years ago, few people had smartphones. Uber and Lyft were not there, right? Airbnb. So everyday life, things are changing, and our students are changing when they come, and we have to keep up with that. So we are in this age of what we call smart automation, artificial intelligence, which is based on data, big data, machine learning algorithms that process the data and provide decisions which are smart, and that guides everything that we have from here on. And things come at us at an incredible speed. So what does that really mean for us educators? We have to teach, to form, or to educate students for jobs that don't even exist yet. And we have to think about, what are those jobs? What can we do to educate our students? So, and how can we do it? The traditional model of classroom education has already changed. Things move too fast. So waiting for faculty like me to write a textbook, publish the textbook, take the materials down to the classroom, teach students, grade them, that model is becoming obsolete very fast, because the moment that you print a textbook, things have already changed. So I have to be thinking about, what can we do as educators to really form those students who, with the capability of learning how to learn throughout their lifetime. So I look at everything that's going on, the fourth industrial revolution, and all the buzzwords, all the different things: artificial intelligence, autonomous driving cars, robotics, all kinds of automated diagnostic systems. And I think there are three features that I'd like to highlight, because those are the features that are going to inform us, educators, about how to design our programs for the future. The first one is what we call convergence of technologies. It's no longer just working in silos. I am an electrical engineer, and I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. Or I am a biotech researcher, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of our lives. It's the technologies are converging. So some examples of convergence of technology here. Autonomous driving cars. It's digital, it's engineering, it's automation, it is battery technology, everything together that are going to allow cars to make those smart decisions without human interference, just by looking at collecting the data in real time, applying the machine learning algorithms in real time, and deciding whether to turn left or turn right or to stop or so on and so forth. So that's a great example of how we can reach this smart automation environment. In medicine, things are progressing so fast. You have a smart asthma monitoring. You have AI-powered insulin pump, where things get automated in a smart way, and it's helping lives of people. So again, convergence of biotechnologies, health, digital technologies, devices, sensors, optical sciences, everything getting together. So this is one piece, convergence of technologies. Keep that in mind. Second piece, exponential rate of change. This is think about that. Software replacing accountants, replacing lawyers, replacing analysts. That smart That's smart automation, smart decision making. The field of accounting and auditing, for example, it's being changed because a lot of the things you can automate. And once you automate, you can make things faster, and then that creates a feedback loop and becomes faster and faster. So another thing I want you to remember, the acceleration, the rapid change. So convergence and rapid change. The third piece is the innovation aspect. This is an area where things are happening so fast that you have to be constantly innovating, constantly coming up with new ideas, constantly moving forward. So I got a quote here from Jeff Bezos. I look at Amazon as one of these companies that they keep innovating all the time. It started with shipping books in boxes. Now it's selling everything. There's a marketplace that they sell other people's products as well. You have the cloud services. You have the e-readers and the Kindle. You have content. So they keep innovating all the time. The last thing that they were doing this week was getting $10,000 to their employees to start their own delivery service so that they don't have to rely anymore on UPS and FedEx, but they have their own distribution. So they keep thinking about that all the time. So this ability or this capability of constant innovation is something that we have to tell our students or educate our students. In the Eller College, we have the McGuire Center for Entrepreneurship. Carl Eller created that 35 years ago, and that instills that feeling, that instinct or that notion into the student that they have to be thinking about innovation and then how to execute that, how to take risks, how to start companies. So that's a big thing about it. But look at what Jeff Bezos told his employees. Day one is something very big in the Amazon culture. They even call that building the day one building. And people ask him, if this is day one, what we have right now, what is going to be day two? And then he said, day two is stasis, followed by irrelevance, followed by excruciating, painful decline, followed by death. And that is why it is always day one at Amazon. So it's always starting, always moving forward. So again, the third component of how I kind of picture this whole fourth industrial revolution, what it means for us. First component is convergence. Second component, rate of change. Third component, innovation. And you are forced to be innovative all the time. So what does this all mean for business education or higher education in general? So let's take a step back and think about, as a dean of a business school, I have to think about who are my customers, where are they coming from. My primary customers are students. Where are they coming from? And I see two big categories of students. One is those 18 to 20 plus years of age who are coming to me to get that 4-year experience in this great Eller College that we have down in Tucson. But guess what? Demographically, if you look at the birth rates of 18 years ago, it's declining. So that population of students is declining. For the next 5 years, kind of flat, and then it's going to go down. So I have to be aware of that because I have to be competing against a whole bunch of colleges who are doing the same. I have to have a differentiation, a message, and I have to attract the students and form them for those jobs that don't even exist yet. So that's one big piece of what I have to worry about. But then, fortunately, there is another demand for business education, which is people who already have bachelor's degrees, and they are in the workforce. And because of that rate of change, they need to come back for more education. They need to come back for more knowledge. And we have to be proactive and design programs for the working professionals, people who already have bachelor's degrees. And I think a business school is fortunate because that demand is almost infinite. We have a lot of people in the world who are working professionals, and they want to understand how AI works or how big data works, and what they can do with entrepreneurship and innovation. And that's what we need to concentrate our efforts. So the traditional students are going to continue to be there, even though they are declining, but we have to be the best. But we also have to work and provide our educational services to the working professionals. So I'll talk a little bit about both. So let's think about the lifelong learning, what people need after they graduate. And we can design MBA programs, but they need to be flexible. They need to address the needs of working professionals. We have online technologies. Those same digital technologies that are disrupting the world, they're disrupting us as higher education as well. And we need to be thinking about how can we take advantage of those and design services, products that can help with this immense demand that's out there. So a lot of specialization is needed. People want to learn about cybersecurity. People want to learn about predictive modeling. People want to learn about the new finance, the cryptocurrencies or blockchains, all these things that are coming at us. So we need to be agile and design those programs that working professionals will come to take. So, and you have to segment those students. Some of them like to have the face-to-face experience. Some of them like to just be online. Some of them just have to do a hybrid type of a program. But we need flexibility. We need to, like what Jeff Bezos says, the ultimate focus on the consumer experience. We, higher education, we have to do the same. Ultimate focus on the student experience and make it easy, flexible, in a way that they get value. So this is something that we have to keep doing, that will tie to the Phoenix strategy that I'll mention later. The 4-year college, as I mentioned, this is the curve for the demographics. It's flat in the next few years and then really goes down. And we have to think about what can we do to continue to attract the students that we want to attract in a very competitive market. And we have to adapt to the different generations of students. And they are different. They come to class now, they don't take notes. You present a PowerPoint like that, they take a snapshot using a cell phone. And it's a different audience. And we have to think about how can we motivate them, how can we work through them. Fortunately for us, the Eller College is a great college. I showed that video in the beginning. The rankings are moving up. We attract 60% of our students come from out of state because of the brand name, the recognition, the quality of the program. But we cannot fall asleep at the wheel. We have to continue to make it even better. One of the things that we have been working very hard on is, in addition to the great knowledge we deliver, we have to prepare students for the market. So we spend a lot of effort and resources in the professional development of our students. They have to be placed. And we have been achieving 90% placement rates, and we have to continue to do that. And that's something that we're strong and will continue to be strong. Some of the same rankings that we showed before. But one of the things about that curve that we have to pay attention to, this is the general aggregate level. But if you look at the different population segments, there is one population that is not experiencing that decline in birth rates from 18 years ago. Is the Latino Hispanic population, which is growing in the US. They are attaining higher levels of education. And the University of Arizona has been designated a Hispanic service institution. So we have to think about that population as a way to enable them to be part of the big picture of business education. So the other thing that we have to worry about is what are the jobs that we're preparing our students for. I list here some kind of these jobs don't exist, but they may be in existence someday. People who understand AI, people who understand robotics. Trust is a big issue, right? We look at data and making sure that the data is credible, that you can make decisions about that. So creating trust so that the position of chief trust officer may not be so far-fetched. But these are just kind of potential jobs, but we have to think about how can we prepare students for jobs that don't even exist. We have to prepare them to learn how to learn and tell them it doesn't stop when you get a degree. It continues on, and we will be there for you too. So I've been thinking about even some kind of subscription model. A student graduates with a bachelor's degree, subscribe to our future programs. Maybe pay $1,000 a year. You can come back any point in time and get additional degrees or certificates, because if you think about the business world, a lot of the business now is subscription-based. You just pay a membership fee, and so these are things that we have to be adapting, and we have to be thinking, and we have to be ahead of the curve. So how do we translate those three principles into what we do in the classroom, what we do in our programs? Convergence of technologies. You now are putting different fields together. To us, it means interdisciplinary education. We have, and we're already starting to do this. We have teams of students now in the entrepreneurship program, where students create ventures to launch their startups. We now have together business students, science students, engineering students. They have to be together because everything is interdisciplinary today. And we have to be working more closely with the other units. So that tradition of a College of Education, College of Science, College of Engineering, we academics love that. But we have to remove those silos. And we have to do that right now. Exponential rate of change. We have to address that by creating experiential learning opportunities, where we connect with companies, we partner with companies, we partner with businesses, we bring the problems, the projects to the college and work together. And we've been doing this. We have consulting projects where students work side by side with executives to create solutions for problems. So companies are experiencing the same issues. So we can learn together. We have to get away from that model of I observe, I create knowledge, I publish a textbook, I teach. Now things has to be more like in terms of co-creation, learning together, so experiential learning opportunities. And we have to instill this entrepreneurial mindset in every one of our students. Even though if they don't want to be entrepreneurs themselves, they're going to work in corporate jobs, they have to apply the entrepreneurial mindset to the corporate jobs, because things are changing all the time. They have to be innovating. They have to be looking at the market forces and competition, new technologies, new business models. That's what we have to instill in our students. So I think we are on the right track, because we have a lot of the foundation for us to be doing this: interdisciplinary, experiential, and innovation. We have a great entrepreneurship program. That's one of the top 10 in the country. We have a top MIS program that ties to the digital business needs. Our MIS program is ranked #1 among public universities, #3 just behind MIT and Carnegie Mellon. We do cybersecurity, we do digital data analytics, and we also embracing the field of healthcare, because that's the field that encompasses everything: innovation, interdisciplinary, technology, and we think we can make a big difference in healthcare. So For us, it's lifelong learning. We have to be equipped to do that. And it's also putting together all these elements for creating the future workforce that's going to be adaptable to this new world. Now, I wanted to spend a couple minutes talking about Phoenix. I think that if you look at the state of Arizona, 7 million people, Tucson has what? 1 million. 5 million are here in Maricopa County. I know there are some ASU graduates out there, but I don't want to leave 5 million people only for Michael Crow to take care of them, right? Any city of 5 million people in the country, Chicago, Philadelphia, have 10 to 20 business schools playing in that urban area. So it's the right time for the University of Arizona, the Eller College of Management, to come here and participate in this tremendous market. We don't need to compete with the Cary School. I think the market is big enough for the two of us. And I think our future goes through Phoenix. We need to be, especially the lifelong learners, the people who already have degrees, and they want to come back for an MBA or some healthcare program or some cybersecurity program. We have to be here. Because if you're not, out-of-state schools are going to come here before us. And we have the brand name, we have the recognition, and we can play this market here. Now look at the Phoenix map. We are present downtown together with the College of Medicine, that Phoenix Biotech campus. We offer programs there, but I want to be clever and start offering programs in a distributed way, East Valley, West Valley. By coming here every week, I know that traffic is tough. If you live and work in Mesa, why are you going to be traveling 45 minutes to go downtown for a program? We have to be smart. We have to use technology, do hybrid things, and so on and so forth. So this is what we've been ramping up for, and I'd like to introduce you to our Phoenix team. Two of the team members are here. Julie Trujillo is our Director of External Relations, and Nicole Dupre is our recruiter, Assistant Director for Admissions. And I come here every week. I have an office downtown. I'd love to meet with many of you if you're interested in partnering with us, in looking at what we're doing, because I think we are the University of Arizona, and we need to have a bigger presence in the biggest city of Arizona. That's important for our future, for the future of the state. So with that, I know that my time is up.
Thank you, Dean Goes.